Let us arise today and give God glory for eternal life that He has given us through Jesus Christ the Lord. Thank you for joining us today on our morning devotion that we simply entitle Morning Moments with Jesus. And today the Lord wants to speak to us about moving forward. But this morning the Lord wants to come to us with a word from Isaiah chapter 52 in verse number 12 that simply says, "For you shall not go out with haste, nor go by flight. For the Lord will go before you, and the God of Israel will be your rearward." Life often tempts us to move really quickly in haste. It rushes us to try to make decisions. It makes us anxious because what we do, we begin to try to seek solutions very, very quickly, and fearing even what lies ahead. However, in this verse, Isaiah reminds us of something. He reminds us that God calls His people to move forward not in panic or fear, but in trust and confidence, knowing He both leads us and He also protects us from behind. If you read this verse, the first part of this verse tells us this: the Lord will go before you. This is a powerful assurance, and I really want you to grab hold of this morning. It's a powerful assurance that God is already preparing the path ahead for you. If He puts a plan in your heart, if He puts goals and dreams in your heart, then you have to trust the fact that He's already ahead of you, making that pathway clear. Do you remember when the Israelites left Egypt? They didn't have to scramble with uncertainty. God led them with a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night. Similarly, in our lives, God goes before us, clearing obstacles, opening doors, and making a way where there seems to be no way. I want to encourage you with that this morning, that sometimes we don't see the full picture. We may question why things aren't happening as quickly as we want them to happen. But here, we are reminded that God's timing is always perfect. He calls us to walk in step with Him, not ahead of Him. I want you to get that this morning. God calls us to walk in step with Him, not ahead of Him. The verse also declares, "The God of Israel will be thy rearward." The word means rear guard, and it comes from a military term that refers to the troops that protect the back of the army. And what this means is, and this is a blessing to me this morning, what this means is that God is not only leading the way, He is also covering your past and protecting you from behind. In the 23rd Psalm, if you'll really read that, it tells you that the shepherd goes before you, walks beside you, and follows you all the days of your life. I want you to think about how the Israelites were pursued by Pharaoh. And as they left Egypt, they felt trapped between the Red Sea and their enemy. But watch God. God stood behind them as their defender, and He placed a pillar of cloud between them and Pharaoh's army and shielded them from danger. I'm here to tell somebody that God does the same for us today. Our past failures, regrets, and even the enemy's schemes cannot overtake us, because God stands between us and all of that. We don't have to live in fear of what's behind us, and it gives us confidence to move forward in faith. Because walking in trust is not walking in haste. It's walking in confidence. But then the phrase says, "Ye shall not go out with haste, nor go by flight." And that's a call to trust rather than to panic. Too often we make rushed decisions based on fear, based on impatience, and based on the pressure that the world puts on us. But God tells us not to move in haste, because when He's in control, there's no need to rush, no need to run, and no need to be afraid. It encourages us today that we need to trust in God's timing. He's never late, never early. He's always right on time. Move with confidence. If God is leading, you don't have to stress. And rest in His protection today, because He is our guide and He's also our defender. So today, be safe, be strong, and be blessed. And know this, God gives you this powerful reminder this morning that when He calls you to step forward, you do so not in fear, but in faith. Today, whether you're facing an important decision, a season of waiting, or uncertain about your future, take a moment. Remind yourself that God goes before you, also protects you from behind. You're never alone. You don't need to rush today. Walk in His timing, knowing He's always leading you to something far better than you're leaving. Hope you have a great day today. In the Lord's will, we'll see you back here again tomorrow.